Hi, my name is Angelica, and this is the Angelica Unfiltered channel. I'm not going to be saying my regular intro because I just posted a video. Today is December 2nd, and it got flagged. So, gonna have to be very particular with my words because I don't want to get in trouble. That video didn't get demonetized, but it got flagged, so it's probably gonna do horrible in the algorithm because YouTube doesn't want to promote harmful content to people, even though it's literally commentary on fat acceptance delusions. Let's see how this reaction goes. I'll try and be on, I won't say my best behavior because I still need to be myself, but I'll just have to be particular with my vocabulary. And I've seen people get annoyed when creators have to censor themselves or say sentences very vaguely, or you have to kind of decode what they're saying, but it's just literally what we have to do on this platform right now. So if you would like to continue to watch this type of content, you're gonna have to deal with it, but I think people are supportive for the most part. So I haven't reacted to a compilation in quite some time. This is Fat Acceptance Cringe number 64, and this was posted 3 years ago. It almost has 500,000 views. And the page is called 𝒃𝓗𝓁𝓁𝓁𝓁𝓁. So on the screen, it says, quote, "Both skinny and fat people get bullied for their body size, so we can't compare the two."
As a straight male, I often feel marginalized.
Now it says, "Fat people facing systematic oppression."
I'm going home.
I'm not sure if this person still posts on TikTok. At one point, we were mutuals. I don't really go on TikTok anymore, so I don't know if this person posts that often, but I have seen them in other compilation videos, and they are... Should I try and be nice or not? They are a person of larger stature, and they claim to have Anna. A lot of people in the fat acceptance community, I feel like particularly... I mean, I guess most people in fat acceptance are morbidly obese, but it's just crazy how so many of them claim to have a restrictive Ed Sheeran, but they look like that. They have a lot of adipose tissue, and you need to eat a lot more than your body needs to have a lot of fats storage on your body. I think when most people claim to have Anna, they actually have bed. Sorry, I don't even want to spell it out because I don't know what I said in my last video for it to get flagged. So have fun decoding this. And when you have bed, there are 4 different parts of the cycle. You have the restricting, then becoming obsessed with food because you're not eating, and then you have the binge because you restricted so much that you feel like you're out of control. And then after you binge'd, you feel very guilty for what you did, and then you go back to not eating as much as you're supposed to. And every person is different. Every step in the cycle is going to look different for different people, but most people in fat acceptance or people that have this disorder, I feel like they always hyper-focus on the not eating as much part rather than the full cycle. Or maybe they're just so delusional that they don't understand that when they are eating normal or having a binge, that it's a large amount of food and that there's a problem there, as well as when they are not eating what they should be in terms of smaller quantities. Sorry. That sounds like I said a whole lot of fucking nothing, didn't it? A majority of the country's fat. You're not oppressed because you're fat. You're privileged because you're fat. To weigh so much, you have to be eating so much, which means that you have to have the money to be doing that. And the time. Because it takes a long time to eat such large, copious amounts of food.
Today I'd like to take a moment to glorify obesity. Ooh, yes.
This was a pretty popular sound. I think I even made a corny ass video to this when I was in fat acceptance, but a lot of people claim that posting on social media when you're plus size or being in fat acceptance glorifies obesity. And I do feel like some people do. Some people make it seem like being fat is great and it's sexy and it's beautiful and it's awesome. And they never talk about like the consequences of being fat. And that's usually either because they're in denial and are completely delusional of their reality, or they don't want to admit how much they're struggling because then it kind of would make their brand or like the fat acceptance movement completely invalid. So the comment on the screen says, "This cosplay is vile. It isn't plus size, it's obese and fat."
I'd like to take a moment to glorify obesity. Yes.
See, that's what I don't agree with. Like, if it's just a fat person living their fucking life, then it's like, okay, let them live their life. Let this fat lady cosplay. Like, her outfits look really cute, and they look pretty well made, too. I assume that she would have had to make a lot of these herself, because a lot of costumes and cosplay stuff really doesn't come in plus sizes, especially if you are, like, ordering clothing pieces internationally from Asia, because their obese population is, quite frankly, a small sliver of what's going on over here in the West.
Today I'd like to take a moment to
Oh my god, how many of these do we have to fucking watch? I get it.
glorify obesity. Yes.
She doesn't look that big.
Today I'd like to take a moment.
Oh my god. If I hear this fucking sound one more time, I don't know what I'm gonna do. I'll just scream.
To glorify obesity.
Okay, I'm just gonna have to skip this one. Her fucking titties are about to explode out of her top. I think I might follow her, or maybe she just looks familiar.
If promoting obesity is what it takes to make other fat people feel hot, obviously I'm gonna do that.
Queen of representation, queen of putting in the work. I already said this earlier, but I think like a woman showing off her plus size outfit of the day or like creating fashion content, I don't think that's glorifying obesity. I think it's, when you're smushing your fat rolls and like trying to be sexy and talking about how it's just so good to be fat and you could be fat and happy and you can be healthy at every size. Like in my head, that's what glorifying obesity is.
So yes, I am promoting obesity. Stay mad.
Oh, I love a middle finger moment. Fuck the haters. Do I look so fucking insane right now? In my Christmas outfit, and then I'm doing fuck the haters. Fuck the haters on Christmas. I'm the Grinch. I'm the Scrooge.
Thank you so much.
I'm shy. I'm so shy. I'm not shy.
Oh, she has some liver boobs like Amberlynn Reed. Sorry. I'm not being very nice, am I? Do her pants not fit? Oh my god, look at her underwears. They're all the way up here. She has the parabola underwear like that one lady.
I'll say it. I've been picturing you naked.
Is she trying to show off that she can't zip her pants? Or is she trying to do like a trendy like Pinterest outfit or something? I don't know what to say. I like her lipstick and her makeup and her hair, but I don't like that she's exploding out of her jeans, whether that's intentional or not.
They don't know I do it.
Okay, this is the Fierce Fat Femme. It is a Lizzo song, so I might have to pitch it, but on the screen it says, "They don't know I do it for the fat liberation movement." I think we know, girl. I think we know, because it's all you fucking talk about.
For the culture, goddamn. They say I should watch the shit up.
They said I should lose weight and cover my rolls. Well, they're kind of covered right now. I love all of her home decor. It's so cute, boho. See, that's the thing is, I mentioned this in the Fat Fat Fatties podcast reaction. I feel like I would be friends with a lot of these people. Like, I like their style. I think that her home decor is cool. I love all the different fucking plants she has everywhere. But it's just like, when you are in fat acceptance, it takes over your personality and makes you unbearable. So then you can't even have like relationships with these types of people, not only because they isolate themselves, but they also try to put up a fucking fight with everyone that disagrees with them slightly.
hoes. Oh goddamn,
Say I'm turning big folks into hoes. Oh goddamn. Well, I guess there is some hypersexuality going on in fat acceptance, so. But I don't know if she's contributing to it. She usually just bitches and moans.
big girls in the hoes. Oh goddamn, they say I get group.
I don't do it for the fat phobes. I do it for my fellow fatties. It's just so ironic that she's using a Lizzo song for this, because I have a feeling she probably doesn't like the fact that Lizzo has lost a lot of weight. I mean, I think Lizzo looks great. I'm proud of her for losing weight, but when everything came out about her lawsuit, that turned me off her. I mean, not that I was like really a big Lizzo fan anyway. I think I've listened to her album like a handful of times, and then when I was in Fat Acceptance, I felt like I had to be a Lizzo stan. Like, it came with the territory, because she was like one of the, I don't want to say like celebrity role models, but like she's just like put up on a pedestal because she's a fucking fat artist. You know, she can't just be an artist like anyone else. We gotta focus on her weight, because that's all that matters, right?
Skinny people who have fat friends do not like posting them on their
The first part of the video was saying that if a skinny person has fat friends, they don't like to post them on their Instagram, hinting that skinny people are ashamed of their fat friends. So now this woman, Cameron, is going to stitch the video and share her experience.
Am flabbergasted because this is 100% true. Now, I don't think the friends that do this are necessarily bad friends. I do think they love us and they genuinely want pictures with us, but I think it goes deeper into their perception of what beauty is and what they think is physically attractive.
What if your friends don't post you on their story because they're living in the moment? I don't get mad at my friends if they don't post a fucking Instagram story while we're hanging out. Like, I'd rather my friends not be on their phone the whole time so I can enjoy every single second of when I'm with them.
And I think young people especially see our profiles and our Instagram profiles as a reflection of how we look and our daily lifestyles, even if a lot of it is made up or a lie.
I don't know, like, whenever I post on my Instagram stories, there has to be like some level of boredom or like me not doing anything to post, because it's like you gotta unlock your phone, open the app, take a picture, probably write a cute caption, and it's like, if you're having a fun time with your friends, then you're probably not just gonna be posting on your story and like tagging them and like doing all those things. When I go out to eat with my friends, maybe I'll take a little flat lay of our food and then like tag them, or like our drinks or something and tag them, but I'm not like taking a selfie and needing to put it on my story. Or what, do you just want your friend to like take a picture of you and put it on their story? Like, that seems kind of narcissistic.
Which is why a lot of people are very obsessed with making their Instagram look a certain way or follow a theme, because they want it to look perfect. I don't think our thin friends don't post us because they don't like us. I think it's because they have ingrained insecurities about fatness as a whole, set in place by the diet and beauty industries, teaching them that fatness is imperfect.
I don't think it's that deep at all. Like, I used to post a lot on Instagram when I was younger. I used to post a lot more on Instagram when I was in Fat Acceptance, but like nowadays, like, I'm talking in-feed posts. Like, I'll post on my story. I'll get into streaks where I'm posting like all day, every day. Then some days I'll not post. But like, to post in the feed, like, I feel like people rarely post in the feed nowadays. Like, it's usually only a big event or like someone's birthday or an anniversary or something. Like, unless you are a content creator and you're trying to grow a following on social media, I feel like a lot of normal, like, everyday people aren't posting on Instagram all the time. The only times I've really posted on Instagram this year was when my dog died, when Pablo and I got married. Then we had a party with our friends and family to celebrate getting married. And then like a couple, like maybe outfit posts, maybe a couple dog photo dumps, but that's it. What, maybe 10 times? And I used to post like 3 to 5 times a week. For me personally, Instagram is just like for messaging friends or like other YouTubers and like shooting the shit. Vice versa, like, I'm the fat friend and I wasn't just fucking posting my skinny friends. Like, let me take a picture of my skinny friend and put it on my feed. Like, no. I'd rather just fucking hang out with my friend. This song might be copyrighted too. On the right side, so this is a duet. On the right side, this is the original video. It says, "Daily reminder, this is what 200 pounds looks like." I'm pretty sure this one on the right is a fucking Olympic athlete.
𝒸𝓁𝓁𝓈 is an American rugby player and Olympic medalist. She's also 5 feet 10. The average U.S. woman is 5 feet 4 and not an athlete. On top of that, 𝒸𝓁𝓁 has low body fat and a lot of muscle.
She must be pretty tall too. And then this woman is saying that she's also 200 pounds. But see how this is all muscle and this is mostly fat? Or this one has a lot of adipose tissue. I assume this woman is also going to be a lot shorter. And she also has mommy milkers. This is another duet. How I think everyone sees me. And then the video on the left says, "Y'all would rather use filters on TikTok to remind yourself that you aren't fat rather than confront your overall fear of gaining weight. Besides, is this that hard to draft these videos?" So is it hard not to post these videos? Keep it to yourself, biatch. We don't need to see your internalized fat phobia here, okay? It's interesting that she would duet this because the girl on the right's still chunky. It's not like she's a super stick thin, skinny mini doing it. But she obviously is struggling with some sort of body image issues. Let me censor myself, since we can't use any big scary words here on YouTube without getting in trouble. Even though in reality, a majority of people have some sort of mental health issues. So it seems like they're trying to censor hard and honest conversations we should be having. I've never seen like a fat attack another fat when talking about body image issues. Usually it's the skinny folks they go after. I mean, who knows? Maybe this one on the left is super humongous. We just don't know. We're only seeing her shoulders up. So on the screen, there's a comment that says, "She's more than 230. Don't even think you are close to her." And then it's a woman that has oxygen tubes in her nose. The text on the screen says, "They assume my weight. 888. They call me Ho. They call me Stacy. They assume my weight. They call me 400 pounds. They call me 450 pounds. They call me Stacy. They call me 500 pounds. All right. We're counting by 50s. Congratulations on making it to intermediate math. They call me 550 pounds. That's not my weight. That's not my weight. So, is it 600 then? Step on the scale. Cam up. What's the weight then? That's not my name. That's not my name. That's not my weight. That's not my weight. I'll do the cover for you guys so I don't get in trouble for posting copyrighted music in my videos. They call me 600 pounds. They call me 650. They call me 700 pounds. They call me 750 pounds. That's not my weight. That's not my weight. That's not my weight. That's not my weight. On the screen it says, "Stop trying to assume people's body size." Why is it illegal? Are you gonna arrest me? I don't think so, because I think I could outrun you. It's none of your business. It's just odd and creepy behavior. Odd and creepy? I think it's kind of like a normal thing that we do. We have eyes and we go, "God damn." And then we think, "I wonder how much that person weighs." And then we go on with our day because we're grown adults and there's many other things to do besides speculate about someone's weight for 24 hours. You know, we got jobs and families and pets and houses to take care of and shit. Just a PSA.
Just a PSA. Someone simply living is not promoting anything. They're not promoting obesity. They're not promoting homosexuality. I am, though. I would like to
So they're promoting obesity and homosexuality. I don't care about the homosexuality part. Be who you are for your brand. But I do care about the obesity thing. That should not be glamorized.
promote both. I love gay people and I think fat people are hot.
Well, that's your opinion. Not everyone thinks that fat people are hot.
What I eat in a day.
I used to be mutuals with her. I don't think she's vegan anymore, but I think she still may be fat from what I remember or seen in social media recently. I think she's really cute. I love her hair. I feel like she'd be a really cool person to hang out with. I don't really think she's like very fat acceptancy, but like she makes fatness part of her personality, or maybe did. Like I said, I don't go on TikTok that often. I'm not keeping up with my following list, so not sure what Fat Vegana is up to these days. The last time I seen her, she was fat herbivore. I mean, that's not her username, but she's eating meat again, which I will not shame. I used to be vegan, pescatarian, vegetarian, all the damn things, and I eat meat again because the ultra processed meats were starting to freak me out.
What I eat in a day or fat big sister.
I think she's so beautiful, and she has like these beautiful like green eyes too.
Bagel with mashed avocado and deli slices.
There's that fake meat I was talking about. It just looks gray. You look at it and you're like, oh, like literally what is that? That's mystery meat.
Peanut butter banana oatmeal.
I'm not saying this is true for every single person ever, okay? So shut the fuck up and don't hit the thumbs down button just because I said something you slightly disagree with. But I feel like some people, when they don't have a good relationship with food and exercise, they will go vegan, and when they eat vegan food, they think that it's healthy, and it's always not. Obviously, the processed crap isn't going to be good for you, but like when you make little smoothie bowls like this, a little bit of peanut butter, that could set you back fucking 350 calories if you're not being careful.
The new girl made my PB cold brew way too sweet.
So she's drinking an unnecessarily sweet coffee. So it's probably at least 600 calories.
Chicken tendies, cucumbers, and ranch.
Queen of fruits and vegetables, period.
Pick some fresh mulberries. Pasta with broccoli and sausage.
That looks really good. But it's a very large helping of pasta. But then again, there's like a lot of sausage and broccoli in it, so maybe it's giving it some volume.
Poppy pop popcorn.
I think Cynical Dude has reacted to some of her videos, and she's very snacky. Like, a lot of her meals I feel like are good and healthy, but when you don't stop eating, those calories add up real quick.
Veggie sushi roll. Tofu and veggie ramen with miso broth.
I feel like she's had like 2 days worth of meals already.
Baby pie. Love you bye.
Yeah, like the snacking was very unnecessary. And that's exactly how I got up to 272.8 pounds. Munching, grazing, eating all goddamn day, even if I did think it was healthy. Calories are still calories. This woman's looking large and in charge. What's she gonna do? Is she gonna dance for us? Do a little jig? Okay, all she did was a little dance. I don't see anything wrong with that. Fat women should be allowed to do a little dance.
In a recent video, a lot of people have pointed out that many plus-size models are actually straight-size with padding, which helps.
I did not know that, but I feel like a lot of plus size models are just like barely plus size. or maybe they are a straight size that may also be plus size. You know what I mean? Like, I think a 14, 16 isn't considered plus size, but you can still find it at plus size stores and then also quote unquote normal stores. Like Torrid sells a 0X, which I think is a 10, 12, I believe. Or maybe is it a 12, 14? I'll put it on the screen.
Helps lead to that whole skinny face phenomenon. And it's incredibly frustrating to see that everywhere. But instead of
Her curls are beautiful. I wish I had curls like that.
frustration, may I suggest spite? Let's just be spiteful instead.
Yes, let's be spiteful towards the representation that we've been begging for because they're not as fat as us.
Angry and spiteful.
There are worse things.
Splotchmaker. She's kind of infamous in the fat acceptance. Okay, why did I sound like I'm from Wisconsin? She's very infamous in the anti-fat acceptance sphere. She says lots of interesting things. I think I used to follow her. I think I was mutuals with her at one point. Oh, sorry, let me fix the fucking screen. I had to zoom out when I was doing duets. And now part of the video is going to look ugly. There are worse things to be than fat.
Let's stop acting like the worst thing someone can be is fat. They could be.
But what people get upset about is that people act like being fat is not bad. Yeah, obviously there's fucking worse things that someone could be than fat. Like someone could be a murderer. Someone could be a ABUSER. Obviously, there are worse things that you could be than fat, but fat is still something that no one should be striving towards. Having obesity is a disease, which means that you are sick and it makes you prone to having other disorders and diseases. It makes it harder to breathe. It hurts your joints. It hurts your heart and your lungs. If you're so obese, you may become immobile, and then you might have to force your loved ones to become your servants because you can't get up to fucking eat everything in the pantry or wipe your ass by yourself.
Racist, or they could be mean, or they could be the type of person who throws litter on the street, or they.
It's just so funny that people are like making fat acceptance music now. And it's not Lizzo, it's like indie artists. Another Splotchmaker video. When I realize I only have 1 month left to live before I die of fat person disorder.
Big deal. It's no big deal. This is no big deal.
I don't get it. Is she just trying to like be sarcastic? I mean, there's not a certain exact time of when most people pass on to the other side because they have obesity, but it's most likely to be before 55 because a lot of super morbidly obese people don't live to be 60, 70, 80. You don't see a lot of 600-pound people reach their 60s or 70s. It's just like a fact. Yeah, you can be obese and it's not as hard when you're young, but as the years go on, it starts to become harder, and then you get diagnosed with different disorders and diseases, and if you don't take care of those things and lose weight, then the inevitable happens earlier than it needed to. The quote on the screen says, "Fat shaming is good because it encourages people to lose weight."
Raw onion is the perfect chip to dip in marinara sauce.
No, I think you're wrong.
It actually contributes to further weight gain.
Oh, I think you're...
As well as poor mental and physical health. And then it says Penn Medicine, Canadian Medical Association Journal, Harvard Public Health, Public Med Central. One of you guys left an interesting comment on my video. Let me go find it. I'm just going to read it because I don't know if this person wants me to fucking put their comment on blast. But they wrote, okay, so fat shaming is associated with weight gain, depression, and low self-esteem. And obesity is associated with depression, heart disease, diabetes, anxiety, hormone disorder, stroke, and some cancers. But I assume those associations don't matter, right? Right. How do you know if someone's weight gain is coming from fat shaming or if they're just gaining weight because they've always been gaining weight because they're humongous? If fat shaming is associated with depression, how do you know that they didn't have depression before? And how do you know if their depression is worse after they've been fat shamed? Also, like, sorry, nowadays, like, you literally just can't even trust a fucking simple study because that study could be funded by certain people and they skew the results so that it pushes a certain narrative. It's just, like, literally crazy that you have to be skeptical of science nowadays. Like, what kind of fucking hell world do we live in? Comment on the screen said, "You'd be more cute if you're skinny, lol, just saying." And then on the screen it said, "All I hear is fat phobic bullshit." You'd be more cute if you did the Soski, I don't know if I said that right, dance and not worry about a stranger's body online. Apparently the faster high-pitched song isn't available in the AU anymore. I mean, everyone has the right to their own opinion, and I would also agree that she'd be cuter if she lost some weight. I think most overweight people, especially like super morbidly obese, they would be better looking if they lost weight. If you want to stay fat as fuck, that's your prerogative. I don't really care because I don't have to live your life. On the screen it says, "Questions I've gotten about pregnancy as a plus size person." I showed my mom a picture of 𝒃𝒃𝓀𝓈 the other day, and she was like, "She's a plus size model. There's a difference between being a plus size model and looking like that." And I'm just like, I feel like there needs to be like another category of like plus size person. Like there needs to be like a plus size person. Like I feel like a plus size person to me is like 16, 18, 22. But then some of these people, they just look humongous. This woman looks very large. I would say at least 350. Her arms have fat rolls, so 350 might be a gross underestimation. Do you know you could die, right? So could you. I mean, yeah, anyone could die at any time, most likely due to a freak accident, like a car crash or, I don't know, getting pew-pewed on the sidewalk because you're in a not so good part of town. But if you're super morbidly obese, you're more likely to die earlier. And your early death could have probably been prevented if you took care of yourself properly. Aren't you afraid your fat is squishing your baby? No, my body got pregnant and has carried 2 babies, fat both times. But I wonder if she's fatter this time. So she is pregnant right now, or like in this video. Fat Chungus posted this video 3 years ago, so she's probably not pregnant anymore because pregnancies don't last 3 years, in case you didn't know. I'm surprised she can even get pregnant when she's this big, but there are miracles that happen. How many babies are even in there? You're huge. 1, but how much fat bias is in you? I don't have any fat bias in me. I just am 100% fat honest. Stop commenting on pregnant people's bodies. I don't think people are commenting on your pregnant bodies. They're commenting on your fat body. Because most people that are super morbidly obese, they have a hard time getting pregnant, whether that be because PCOS or endometriosis or like your hormones just being so out of whack that your body cannot sustain carrying another life.
And I think what I'm realizing is I wish I could go back.
This couple is like pretty popular. They do have a baby now. They're the couple of goofs.
And talk to myself about when I was feeling super insecure all the time because everyone told me how ugly I was.
Or did they just tell you how fat you were?
It's not that I was ugly. It's that other people are trying to look like Ariana Grande and Britney Spears. And those people are very hot. Good for them.
Are people trying to look like them though? I feel like most people just try to look like the best version of themselves, or maybe they like use those people as hair inspiration when they go to the salon or like when they do their makeup, but it's not like they're trying to like get plastic surgery besides that one fucking freak. that tries to copy Ariana Grande.
I'm trying to look like if like Rosie O'Donnell and Elton John had a kid that was very sexy and funny.
To each their own. Her name's Morgan. Morgan has gotten so big over the years, and it's sad to see because... Do I have to explain myself? Because she's obviously eating a lot, and usually you don't eat a lot when you're in a good state of mind, and when you're super morbidly obese, you just have a myriad of issues, including physical and mental health problems.
Hi friends, this is what I eat in a day as a fat person not trying to lose weight, vacation edition.
So this is going to be extra unhinged, and we have 2 blueberry bagels smothered in butter. This has got to be at least 800 calories, probably.
Started my morning with 2 bagels and then went to the
Carbs, carbs, carbs. 2 hot dogs, 2 tamales, and a cheeseburger.
beach and came back and had 2 hot dogs, 2 tamales, and a
She really worked up a sweat going to the beach. Now she's eating a cookie.
cheeseburger and some butter cookies that I rehydrated with
Got some water and multiple watermelon margaritas.
some water. Got some watermelon margaritas. Then I went
Taco night, 2 beef tacos with chips and queso. So I assume probably a fucking 1,000 calories worth of chips and queso. Because who can just have like 3 chips when you go have Mexican?
back to the beach and came back for taco night with 2 beef tacos and chips and queso. It ended my night with some gummy bears.
And more margs and beers. I understand that when we go on vacation, we don't usually eat like we usually do, but you still eat kind of similar to like what you do in a regular day. Like, I mean, I know Thanksgiving is different than going on vacation, but when we had Thanksgiving, I feel like I didn't eat as much as I thought I was going to, or like gorge out as much as I feel like people talk about on Thanksgiving. Maybe because my mom's Thanksgiving stuffing made with White Castle burgers wasn't as good as it used to be, but like I think my stomach has just shrunk, so I don't eat as much, and then I'll just eat and be satisfied. I don't need to eat until I'm so full that I need to take a fucking nap. Because I feel like I'm gonna vomit. I don't know, maybe I just have so much self-control and I had small, dainty little portions, unlike you fat fucks. So on the screen it says, body preferences and age of fat phobia.
Body preferences. I've heard a lot of talk like, oh, I don't hate fat people, but I'm not attracted to them.
Which is their human right.
And I don't want to date them. It's just my preference. Maybe, in an ideal circumstance, in a world that was forever body neutral and did not demonize fat people, that could be a preference.
That is a preference because someone prefers someone smaller. It's not a hate crime. It's not discrimination. You just don't find them attractive. And attraction is biological. You can't really like force yourself to be attracted to someone. And just because you think that's fat phobic, it doesn't mean it is. Just because someone doesn't want to fuck you doesn't mean you're being discriminated against.
Maybe. But is there really such a thing as preference in a society?
I mean, I'm sorry. I don't want to date a fucking man that's 350, 400 pounds. I don't think that's hot. I'm sorry. I don't. Well, I mean, not that I would even date anyway because I'm married. But it's like, it's not attractive. And when you've been that weight, or you know someone, or you've lived with someone that has been that weight, you know what it takes to be that size. And it's like, not only do I not find that physically attractive, I don't find the lifestyle that comes along with that weight attractive, because to be that size, you have to be eating a ton, you have to be not very active, you have to have a lot of unhealthy coping mechanisms and hobbies. Like, stop trying to force people to have sex with fat people. That's not very consensual.
It exclusively demonizes.
That's not demonization. That's just saying, I don't want to have sex with you. I don't think that you're hot. The same way I don't think that Travis Kelce is hot. The same way I don't think that Taylor Swift is hot. Like, it's not my vibe. Different strokes for different folks.
An option. Fat people are branded as disgusting.
They're branded. Like they're fucking cows. They get that stick heated up and it's sizzled into their skin. That's just someone's opinion. Doesn't make that right or wrong. If someone thinks you're disgusting, then that's their right. Sorry.
Branded as something to be eliminated.
To be eliminated? No one ever said that. No one ever said that. No one's trying to delete fat people.
Unhygienic. Lazy. XYZ everything else.
XYZ everything else. Yeah, stereotypes. Well, most people that are fat are fucking lazy. You don't see many 400-pound people taking hikes or walking around the block unless they are on an active weight loss journey.
And we've received that messaging since we were born.
Well, when you were born, you're probably a healthy weight. Probably wasn't until you were, probably kindergarten, you started to be a little bit bigger than normal.
Our culture is deeply rooted and entrenched in fat phobia.
As it should be, because no one should want to be fat, because it's bad. Go on, splotch.
Chances are it's not just a preference, and you've just been taught to think fat people are gross.
I don't think that every fat person is gross, but I do think that some of them are.
I love how anytime a fat person does a video about how weight loss journeys are fat phobic, the comments are full of thin people being like, actually, how is it fat phobic that I don't want to be a fat, disgusting, unhealthy, obese pig anymore?
Are you quoting someone or are you coming up with your own wording? Most people that have lost a significant amount of weight now feel relieved or have reduced a lot of their different symptoms, whether that's just different disorders and diseases from when they were obese or joint pain, being able to breathe more, etc. So no, they don't want to be fat. It's not a bad thing to share your personal experience on social media. If you don't want to hear comments that disagree with you, then I would recommend to not post on social media at all.
That's not fat phobic.
When people tell me I'm mid-size, but there is already a word on the fat scale to describe my body, small fat. Well, not everyone is educated in that rhetoric, so the public majority isn't going to be saying that you're a small fat. And most people don't think it's appropriate to call another person fat because most people find it offensive. I love her hair. I had red hair once. That was fun.
You look so dumb right now.
You look so dumb right now because you don't subscribe to my niche internet lingo. Here is feminist land whale. I think I also was mutuals with them. Comment on the screen says, wait, I thought the point of the sound was that all AFABs, regardless of size, have a belly pouch because of a uterus. AFABs is assigned female at birth.
So at first listen, yes, this sound just may...
This is a compilation on YouTube, so I don't know what video that they're referring to. I think feminist land whale is non-binary, I think. So we will use they, them pronouns.
Sound like it's just to normalize having fat where your uterus is. And that is great. That is something that should be normalized because it's normal for people's bodies to store fat where your uterus is to protect it.
I think Honey Bison talked about this on her story, but she's like, your uterus is like this small. You don't need to like have a bunch of fucking lower belly fat to protect your uterus. Like, yeah, obviously there is some sort of cushioning, maybe this much, but you don't need a fucking fupa to protect your uterus. It's fine. Oh, look at this fan right here. It says skinny legend.
However, this trend is one, a body checking trend, and two, made to reassure thin people that they are not actually fat. What I mean by that is that this girl in the video I duetted, as well as many other people under this sound, are basically being like, that's not my fat stomach. I don't have a fat stomach. That's just my uterus.
When really, if we want to deconstruct this insecurity that many people with uteruses have.
Okay, women are insecure because they have a little bit of belly fat. It's not that deep.
We have to realize that it is rooted in fat phobia. The reason so many
because no one should want to be fat because it's unhealthy.
People are so quick to be like, well, that's not my stomach fat, that's just my uterus, is that they don't want to have a fat stomach.
So I wonder if a lot of people that are doing this trend are like normal sized and they just have like a little bit of a pooch and a beach ball in their stomach.
It's really as simple as that. They don't want to have a fat stomach because being fat in our society is equated with laziness, grossness.
I love how they describe fat people. They're like,
people think if you're fat, you are ugly, stupid, lazy, dumb, an idiot, smelly, stupid, unemployed.
It's like, no, we just think you're fat. Maybe we think that you're ignorant or uneducated, maybe a little bit lazy, but we're not sitting here with our fucking dictionary pulling out a bunch of different adjectives.
Being a slob, being disgusting.
Being a lazy fat fuck living in your mom's basement.
Not taking care of yourself. In order to truly normalize these body image issues and these insecurities that many people have, and to fight against them and deconstruct them, we
fight against them and deconstruct them. Kim, there's people dying.
Have to start with deconstructing fat phobia.
Here's Fierce Fat Femme. Me running away from the body positivity movement after size 12 girls show me their roles and tell me we are battling the same battles. I'm like a size 12 right now and I'm still fucking obese. I'm 5'5". At 180, I'll be oversized and no longer obese. I still have roles. Here's me sitting down right now. Oh, I'm not as fat as Fierce Fat Femme. I'm not allowed to have low self-esteem. Only people that are size 35 are allowed to be sad about their weight. Wah, wah, wah. Cry, cry, cry. My life is harder than yours because I'm double your size. Yeah, and whose fault is that? Not mine. Because I decided to do something about my weight and you haven't because you teach health at every size at a fucking junior college. Not funny, not entertaining at all. Great. That last one was so fucking dumb and stupid. It's so funny to watch these videos and be like, oh, I used to be mutuals with them. Oh, I used to follow them. And then now, 3 years later, my life is on a whole different path than it was. I mean, I'm not sure if all those people are still in the fat acceptance movement. I would say probably, but maybe like a 50-50. Maybe like half of them are still in fat acceptance, half not. But always rooting for the ones that are leaving fat acceptance and extra rooting for them if they have decided to take accountability for their weight and start making healthier choices, because I love to see that. I love seeing people get over the mental obstacles that they have placed in their head. I love seeing people recover. I love seeing people get better, although some people would rather have a crabs in a bucket mentality and tear them down with them. But that's why I make these videos, to encourage people to leave the fat acceptance community and to celebrate the ones that have left, because together we all create the anti-fat acceptance community, and I cherish everyone that comprises it. Was that grammatically correct? I don't know. I didn't want to say community like 45 times, so I was trying to weasel around it because I want to seem like I'm intelligent. Let me know what you thought about this compilation. Let me know if fat people just existing is glorifying obesity. Let me know what else did we talk about in this. Let me know if you think that you should be attracted to fat people so you're not seen as fat phobic. And let me know if you've ever been fat during pregnancy and how that was for you, because I'm not planning on having kids anytime soon, but I want to get my weight under control because I know being obese while pregnant is very dangerous for me, but also my future babies. So want to get the weight and the food thing under control so I don't gotta pass down any bad habits. Maybe I'll pass down my snark and my big loud mouth, but I'd rather my future kids not have the food issues. It's kind of a lot to deal with. But so is having a big mouth. But having a big mouth also got me this YouTube channel, so I don't give a damn. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to like this video. And if you enjoy me, consider subscribing so you can see all the other videos that I post during Reactmas. I hope you have a great day. Take care. Peace.